Hey guys, it's Stormy here. I put on my Instagram a couple looks that I asked if you guys wanted to see. So here I am, pulling out my Morphe 35B palette. I'm gonna do a smoky eye look, showing you all my brushes there. I have not done a voiceover in so long, so please don't attack me if this doesn't go so well or if the audio is shitty, because I've never done it on this MacBook before, so we'll see. So first things first, my base is already done. Eyebrows are done, everything's done but the eyes. So I'm grabbing just a tapered blending brush. I've literally had it so long that it doesn't even have like the brand name on it anymore. So I have no clue what the names of these are. If they even have names. I don't think they have names, so I'm just going to go in for my transition color. It's going to be that bright ass yellow, and then I'm just going to be putting it in my crease and all the way up to my eyebrow, which you'll see here in a few minutes, just for that super blown out effect. And I am going to be doing both eyes, so this tutorial does take a little bit longer, but I wasn't real sure which eye you'd be able to see it better on, so I just did both eyes. Here, I literally just realized that I forgot something very important, which was Scotch tape to really sharpen up those winged out, blown out shadows. And in the end, it works fairly well. Eventually I do have to move the tape though, because it was just like winged liner and they weren't even. So I ended up moving them later on, but in the end it turns out really nicely. So I definitely recommend using tape over eyeshadow shields, just because you get a sharper, crisper line. So now I'm going to go in with another tapered blending brush, but it's a little bit skinnier, kind of at the top. It's a little hard to explain, but there was no name at all on this brush. I think it just worn off because I used it so much. So then I'm going to go in with that bright ass pink as kind of another transition. It'll be kind of the second transition color, but I'm going to keep it kind of lower. And what I mean by keeping it lower is, as you can see, I'm not taking it all the way up to the brow bone like I did with the yellow. With that yellow, I really blew that out. So with this pink color, it's super pigmented, so I didn't want to blend it too far up into the yellow and get an orangey type color just yet. The orange will come later on. And here I'm just going to take that super fluffy tapered blending brush and blend that pink up into the yellow very lightly. I will eventually put in an orangish transition to kind of make it a little bit more orangey, if that makes any sense. But yeah, for right now, I'm just going to be blending those two colors together upwards. now I'm going to be taking my Morphe M506 brush and using those colors that I pointed out. Again, I believe this palette does not have names to all the shadows, so I just have to point this whole video, so sorry about that. What I'm doing here is pretty self-explanatory as you watch, but I'm taking that Morphe M506 brush and I'm basically just buffing those darker colors into the crease and a little bit into the outer V. As you can see, I packed a good amount of color into that very bottom corner where the tape is area. Again, it's pretty self-explanatory. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, go ahead and ask me if I don't explain things well, because I'm not used to explaining things, especially not to someone's face. So, haha, good one, Kayla. So with a flat packer brush, it can also be used as a concealer brush. I believe this is a Luxie 2 something. I don't know, I'll go look real quick, but it's basically just a flat packing brush. So you can really dig into the color, the pigment, and I'm just easily and gently putting that color on because eventually I do have some fallout, some pretty bad fallout, but it's nothing too bad, nothing we can't not work with. So now I'm just going to basically let this play. Sorry if I'm like off the screen. It's kind of hard when you're not used to being this close to anything. But yeah, so it's just gonna play for a few minutes. Basically, it's just me blending, and then eventually you will see me use that big fluffy tapered brush again, and then I just kind of switch back and forth to those brushes. Again, I will put those brushes in the description. And as you can see here, I'm just really, after I go in and blend, I just keep going back in and packing on color and then blending, packing on color and then blending, kind of going back and forth between those 3 or 4 brushes I think I have. And basically just building up the gradiency and the pigment as much as you would like. I personally could have gone with a little bit more on my lids. But that's the beauty of this palette. Alright, so here in a hot second, I take the tape off. And it's not perfect. It leaked a little bit. Ew, I hate myself for saying that. But I basically just kind of go with my finger and it actually just kind of went away with my finger, thankfully. But it really doesn't matter in the end because I'm going to be smoking out the bottom lash line the same way that I did the lids. So first I start with that really bright ass yellow, and then I use the pink, the really bright pink that we used again on the lid. Again, it's the same, but the footage I had of me pointing out the colors, I wasn't on the screen, So you couldn't see the colors anyways. But anyways, it's literally exactly the same as the top. You just repeat it on the bottom and blend away, and I will let it play and I'll shut up so you guys can enjoy everything else from here on out. Okay, bye now. Shit, so I forgot to mention that I use the same brushes kind of in the same way. Basically, you just use which brush you feel comfortable using for whichever step. I use this Packer brush because it got a little bit closer to the lash line. But it kind of doesn't matter in the end because I end up like blowing it out anyways. So use whatever you're comfortable with, guys. So in the picture that I had on Instagram of this look, the lady had a bright waterline. So I assumed that she used a nude pencil just like this. So I'm using my one from Arch Cosmetics. It's actually supposed to be a brow bone highlight concealer type thing, but I use it for my waterline all the time. It's so creamy. It's so versatile. I love it, you guys. Like, this is not a brand deal. It's not sponsored, but I fucking love it. So you guys should try it out, and it lasts forever. I've had it since like February, I believe, and there's still a shit ton of it left. So after I get done fixing my wig, I'm just gonna use my duo glue, the one that's in the green tube. So it's the clear glue. This is the best glue I've ever used my entire life. I used it on my clients when I was still freelancing. Never had any problems with it. And the lashes, I get asked about these lashes fairly often. They are actually just from Walmart. They're called Salon Perfect, and I believe they are 615s. They're very like spread out, and they're like not wispy at all, but they have like wispy sisters too that are also sold at Walmart, and I use those on my clients all the time. But yeah, if you guys are wondering like what lashes I'm wearing, especially recently, it's 100% those all the time. Now just to add some pizzazz, I'm going to go in with this. Yeah, there we go. That one, that sparkly yellow. It's not even a gold, you guys. It's like a literal yellow. I don't know how to explain it, but it's definitely not gold. But it's very beautiful, and I thought since this is kind of a sunsetty look, I might as well, you know, pop the sun on my inner corners, because why wouldn't you, right? Okay, I need to shut up. Okay, in 3, 2, 1, cringe! This is me showing off my look. A lot of times they don't turn out this well, like duplicate, like it's like spot on. So I'm just gonna like play with my ring lighting here and kind of feel myself. This is a new wig. But yeah, highlight my like non-existent collarbones, highlight my shoulder, even though I'm not going out like anywhere ever. Yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Definitely my first tutorial in like a couple years. So let me know how I did, but don't attack me. Constructive criticism, where am I going? Oh yeah, I turned off my light. Anyways, so constructive criticism is appreciated, but please don't attack or hate me. I am still learning, obviously. So yeah, thank you guys so much. I am working on an intro and outro, so stay tuned for that. Alright, bye guys.